key to it. Yeah, so I have a key to it.
It would make it easier, or not as easy
if
to
somebody
steal.
does get it, then at least. Okay.
It is heavier. It is more cumbersome. It is hard to break into.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll keep it in there, but I'll just set the gold on a desk.
Okay. Cool. So
in a desk.
You guys get to. Ethrion puts the 3 gold coins underneath the doors of the refugee rooms, and you guys head off toward the villa, where you kind of hide a few things because you know you're going to be going away for a while, getting the start of getting the COJ offices set up.
I'm gonna restore all my rogues. What different cults have we encountered?
Dead 3, Cult of Tiamat, and Cult of Zariel.
I'm gonna keep one of each. I don't know how many I had. We'll say I had like maybe 2 of each.
Yeah, we'll say you had 2 of
I'll
each.
keep one of each, and then I'll stash some rogues for.
Okay. So yeah. Yep.
We are getting an 8-hour a long rest.
Yep.
May I, with your permission, spend some time actually glossing over the books in the library?
My friend, this library is your library. This is the the library.
Yes. I like it.
We're calling this the library. In your namesake.
I would. So I am quite old, and am considered a sage.
Okay.
Which is my background. When I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if I do not know that information, I can readily attain it from somebody who might.
Okay.
And what I'm looking for in this library is just any books of worth at all.
Okay. Yep, you find...
I have already found 3 worth gold.
Were they the spell books?
They were not. They were rare books.
Rare books. Okay.
Yeah.
But you also found the spell books.
I
right?
found 3 spell books.
And I gave you those spells, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So you find 17 more rare first editions worth 25 gold piece each. And you find a book called The Last Charge of the Hell Riders.
Oh.
But you know that you've seen the book before and it looks worthless. Besides what could be in there.
I create a light catalog on some parchment.
Okay.
And leave it. And I will take that worthless book.
Cool. And I think...
And that is all. I will go to bed.
Alright.
In your bed in the library.
Yeah.
He has a side room right after in the library.
I will lay my bedroll out.
So can I work with Merle, maybe in the yard?
Yeah.
Just gonna go do some manual labor.
I wanna try to teach him to be bone armor.
Be bone armor.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Oh.
What?
Hell yeah. Okay.
Dude.
So give me an animal handling check.
Whoa. This is cool. You just blew all our minds.
Oh shit.
And you'll have to tell me what the roll came out to.
Oh damn. The roll itself is a 14. What is animal handling gonna be?
Wisdom.
His wisdom is
Wisdom.
It's wisdom. It's 16. It's 16 either way.
16. All right.
Yeah.
You can get so far. You can get one of them to curl up into like boots around your feet, and they're going to give you an extra 10 feet of running when he's in that formation.
You go through like a Merle Sailor Moon transformation.
Yes, that's what I'm imagining.
Camera zooms in.
Yeah,
Music
so
starts
that
playing whenever I do it.
Yeah.
that is what you were able to figure out this time in training with Merle.
Training with Merle.
Except what, 10 feet?
Yep. So yeah, and while that happens, the other one is a regular skeleton that can also fight. And I would say he has 31 HP as that regular skeleton.
I
It's
just,
almost as tough as me there.
oh, is that Chaz's signal for he wants to say something?
What you got,
What's
Chad?
TJ's done?
Huh?
What's TJ's done?
Oh.
So, do you... Short rest saves you from exhaustion, right?
I would
As in, it
maybe.
doesn't count against you if you only take a short rest?
That's a good question.
It depends on how the DM's playing it. I'm not technically like I haven't figured out the mechanic yet, so I'm not using it yet. But
Okay, well, I mean, basically what I'm going to go ahead and do is just take a short rest, use one hit die to possibly heal,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend all of that time going to go and spread the good name of me by doing some good deeds. I'm going to go help some aid workers with refugees overnight,
Okay.
until my short rest.
Cool. Yeah, you find you find a group to do that after your short rest, and they bring you to go and pass out food and warm garments that they've collected through the day.
I'll write a
And
song
I say
about
my
it.
name a lot. I'm out of breath. My throat hurts at the end of it.
I'll write a nice little tune for you to sing while you do this.
And I gotta go pee.
Oh,
It's Jack Jackleton. He's got to go pee.
remind me when Chaz gets back to make him roll a d20, because if he rolls less than 9, he's going to lose his voice for the next day.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Is he talking about himself so much?
Yeah. He just said his throat was hurting, so I would imagine that one day without Jack being able to talk, that
You need a long rest to stave off exhaustion levels.
Yep.
The difference there also mechanically could possibly be there are 2 levels of unrest or 2 hours of unrest. Like light work, you're able to keep a watch, you're able to read a book, you're able to prepare your spells, cast a ritual. For 2 hours, maybe he could just walk around and spread the legend of Jack.
Right.
But yeah, however that's like from the book. So however
He's
you
just
want
gonna,
to augment
he's just
that
gonna
from
talk
there.
himself till he
Yeah.
just falls to the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exhaustion.
Yeah. I'll figure out when to
Give him
implement
give him his
exhaustion
health right after, let him
once
have
I
his thing.
figure it out a
I'm
little
definitely
more.
taking that full rest. Shit.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know. Then I can make sure my
At least Jack doesn't have spell slots.
Yup.
I know.
Before bed, I brew everyone a good berry tea. make sure everybody got the nutrients.
I will
But it's all good.
I will definitely have some. Is there any of the spores
I pour a little
in the tea
Nodge's
tonight?
whiskey.
What could may I
just a
have
little bit,
some?
Just a little bit. Yes.
May
No,
I
no,
have
no,
some?
no.
Yeah,
Try
yeah.
this one.
I would like some extra spore in my tea.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
no,
one
extra
does.
spore.
This one does. This one
Yeah.
has flavor. It has plenty of nutrients.
Yeah,
That's the strain that we're working on now.
good.
Is being able to produce those nutrients, and then we'll be able to mix them with the rice and like pretty much have a full meal right there.
Good, good.
I'm able to.
Oh yeah.
It is even
100%.
quite tasty.
So I spent a lot of time thinking about this, so I just want to make sure because my rapier that I had Sir so and so from the Broken Basilisk.
Yep. Basilisk Breaker. Thornston.
Thorns, that guy. So kindly upgraded my rapier.
Yes.
I've
What did I tell you it was again?
I have it actually. Because I know it's my feisty rapier. It's now a feisty rapier, so.
I think it was +1,
plus
+1.
Yeah, well,
+1
I
to
entered
attack
it
roll,
in here.
+1 to damage.
yeah, I'll look it up. Anyways, this is more just like flavor stuff. I'll figure it out what the specifics were on there. But I think I had it all calculated and good in here. I've named it Layla. And it's got a dragon painted right on the blade. There's a little dragon that's painted right on the blade. And so as a bard you get three instruments you start out with. So I had my drumsticks, my lute, and I would like my third one to be a like flute type or like an ocarina type thing that I would like to have had incorporated into like the handle of the rapier.
Oh, cool.
So it's like got a flute, kind of like fucking the Green Ranger had, or when he was the
Yeah,
White
yeah.
Ranger, and he had the.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it's got that on it, and when I blow into it, it goes. Layla.
Blow into it a second time. You gotta be on my knees.
Yeah, so it plays Layla when I.
Nice.
So I just wanted to add that because I had thought about it a lot. I was like, I need that rapier to be cool. So
That's
it's
cool.
Layla the feisty rapier. Don't mess with her.
That's awesome.
I am glad she
And
is
then I have this
helping
cool-
protect us.
And I have this cool dagger too, this cool dragon fang dagger that I'm a little obsessed with.
Yeah, and Tiamat probably will want back.
Come and get it, girl.
Are we? Is this still the
Challenge
night up we're
level
talking about,
34.
or is this the next day?
Yeah, so yep, we're coming up on the next day. Jack has helped some refugees on the outer banks of the city for 7 hours after his short rest. The rest of you guys took your long rests.
Strain number 3 seems to help people positively.
Yep. And yeah, you
And I
wake
cooked them
up.
breakfast before they woke up.
Aww.
These guys.
Nice.
Was it
He
what
is
is
a
it?
real
Yeeg's
hero.
Kitchen? Was it a Yeeg's Kitchen recipe?
Cause I'm like,
I don't think
I
he
was
knows
just
about
up
Yeeg's
early,
Kitchen.
you know, helping refugees, and now I'm gonna make you breakfast because I'm Jack Dackled.
I say this makes me think of. You guys ever heard of Yeeg's Kitchen?
I hear it's really big in Fendelver.
Yeah.
I love Yeeg's Kitchen.
You know, Jack, you're a good cook. Yeah,
Best
yeah,
underground recipes.
yeah. We got
Okay,
some.
thank you.
We've been to some real good underground breakfast joints, and this is real close.
You got that. Reya says you've got that Yeeg's touch.
You get that Yeeg's touch to you. buddy.
What is that? Is that tarragon? Paprika? What are you using? Is that Zariel? Are you using Zariel?
Oh God,
Extra spicy.
that's fresh
I don't share
cereal.
my recipes. I'm sorry.
Fresh cereal.
Is that still recording?
Yeah. Yeah.
We still on? We still on?
Are we still on?
Fuck it, let's
We
do it
don't have a
live.
producer. We've got to be our own producer.
I know. We gotta hire somebody to be a producer.
It's I will thank you for breakfast and recommend relative haste. Let us speak with this man who is leading us to our deaths.
Did I pick up my armor and my sword yet? 'Cause I know it was gonna be a long job.
Oh yeah. No, you can pick it up this morning before going. Yeah, we will just like gloss over that interaction. He's actually not in that morning. He's out collecting some supplies.
You have to deal with an intern.
Yeah. Yep. You deal with an intern. He's super boring.
Is it fucking?
Push his hand
Is
by
it Buddy?
accident.
Is
Wait,
it
we
Buddy,
got
the
a
guy
handshake.
from?
Proethea
Got,
or
like,
whatever.
Really? Oh, here you go.
Here you go, bud.
And yeah, you guys
Really
are all
timid.
you guys are all able to pick up your the things that you had made overnight.
Okay, well, my AC is back to 20. Thanks.
Oh, dang it.
You missed your window.
I sure did.
Should unwrap the shield during my morning prayers. I forgot what I said.
Just kind of groggily
Your prayers-
and get ready and
Your prayers feel different. You don't know why. You don't know what it is, but they feel a little different. But yeah, yep. You guys wake up. You go and grab your stuff from the smithy. They did a great job. They delivered on every one of their promises.
That is good.
And at that point, you guys know that Fallister is waiting. You've got probably take you about half hour to get to him, and he's planning on leaving in about an hour.
Do we have enough time to steal the cheese
Ooh.
from the merchant in the city?
Why else
To-
did we
to
get
steal the
rid
what,
of
sorry?
Salamra?
I unroll a map. With a harebrained plan to steal the cheese from the guys. I think now's the time.
Cheese is mold.
Cheese
right?
rage, guys.
I
you really need to adjust your tea recipe because he's lost.
ask I run through my contacts in the
I like the way it
Hellriders
looks.
to
3D cheese.
procure
I've been gone forever.
horses for everybody. Including this new man. I don't know if he needs one or not, but I go through the Hellriders and get us each a horse.
Ooh.
So we
Wait.
will all have a way.
That's a little. Wait. That's a little foreboding. The guy from the Hell Riders is getting us horses.
That is true. That is true.
It's almost like
we have embraced the evils that we were fighting.
I'll take
As a
it. I'll
joke.
take your horse.
Yeah, I will procure horses for everyone.
I mean, I like
Then
writing songs
I-
about horses.
I don't know if Fallister has one, but I couldn't also procure you one for him as well.
Or spicy.
Okay.
Little bit.
Um,
They are a little bit.
So yeah, you guys make your way. So I don't know what he did to you, but you guys were able to attack a lowly cheese merchant. And
I was not there.
I helped.
In my head,
I've-
what
Any
happened
sort
was
of
that was
heist.
just like one of those like office scenes where it was like
I helped.
it was a bit.
I helped to rob him.
Like
I
I
wanted
unveiled
that
I
cheese.
unveiled the, like I unrolled the map and you guys are like, come on, Gorsek, and I was like, all right. It was more like just like a bit.
No, you guys totally robbed that, dude.
But
I
we'll
helped.
take like a sample.
If we're
of the
gonna do a
cheese, 'cause,
cheese
like,
heist, I
cheese
want a
is,
whole
like,
episode
like,
dedicated to the cheese heist.
we keep making this cheese.
Yeah. This is for a good cause.
Alright, so you guys get your cheese.
Nope, I didn't get any cheese.
They bring you back some.
Well, it's not
I don't
part
want
of
any.
the
I don't want anything to do with that cheese.
Put the
Crunchy.
mold from it.
So you guys head down and you find Fallister exactly where he told you at the exact time he told you, which is called the place that you find him. And he says, "Oh, good. Oh, good. It's good. It's good." I don't have a shit ton planned for Fallister, you guys.
Do you have a horse?
I think I could get a horse. Yeah, they have him at the stables right outside.
Ah,
He's a human.
Yeah, he's a human. He will tell you though that yeah, the road to Candlekeep is a long one. On a horse, it takes about 3 days, and it may be a dangerous one. There, from what I gathered in the basement of the Van Thamper Villa, there are evil people looking for this shield, and we may need to watch our backs. So I'm going to need to stop at my house just outside the city and equip myself just in case.
Oh, let us hurry. No longer delay this. We
Post
need to get to the bottom of this. And my new blade yearns for the blood of evil.
He like puts his hand on his dagger at his side, just out of reflex. But yeah, you guys. All right, you guys are
The
heading
blood
toward.
of evil, I said. Okay, mister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were calling me evil.
who would do that?
And you guys head toward the Basilisk Gate, the one that you used to come in. And when the guards there see you, they see you with the skeletons, and they're like, one of them flinches a little bit as Merle like walks kind of haphazardly up, and you can see a scrape on his cheek that might have been caused by an overturned cabbage cart. And they quickly open the gates. Quickly open the gates to let you guys get the fuck out of here. And as you open the gates, you see a big group of refugees still standing outside of the gates, pleading for entry. And all of a sudden, you hear a familiar voice, and you start looking around, and everyone give me a perception check. It's a pretty big crowd.
1.
6.
Natural 1.
Oh.
Alright.
20?
20.
You know, I had a feeling it was going to be Ethrion, and you won it. Ethrion sees a familiar face to go with that familiar voice, and you see Grace. Tyrone doesn't know Grace because he wasn't with you.
Aw, yay.
wasn't with you on that first adventure when you met her while she was stuck
Oh
up in
God,
a tree.
that is her.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see Grace standing there, like,
She's the one that was in the tree?
yep.
Did we
She's
bring
the little
Lonky with
girl.
us since we like left the stable?
She's,
I feel like
she's at the
horses?
stables.
All right.
You
she's
guys are
at the
just
stables.
coming out
We
of the
had
city.
Lonky at the stables.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lonky would totally be at the stables.
Great.
That's where Lonky would be.
Yeah, no, we brought him
hear
with us.
her. You hear her having a philosophical debate with the guard, and she says, "Yeah, well, I was reading in a book by the great Sylvian Lumen, and in that book he posits that a man who cannot look inside himself to let someone else in can't look inside of himself to let himself in."
Whoa.
Love it.
What kind of god? Is it a city god or a
It's
blood fist or a?
Flaming Fist.
They're all blood
It is
fists.
All right.
Or flaming fist, whatever.
I would like
She has
to.
not noticed you guys.
I would like to walk up to her.
She sees. Ooh, yeah. How do you walk up to her?
I would walk towards the voice I know, and as I catch sight of her and the soldier, I will say I'm glad you survived. I will yell to her loudly.
How far away are you when you yell at her?
15, 20 feet.
All right. You see as like 23 people, including Grace and the guards, heads all like cocked towards you within a couple of seconds of you yelling. And Grace sees your face and sees the wolf standing next to you, and you just see your face light up, and it's almost like she forgets why she was there completely and just runs up and says, "Oh, it's you guys!" I did, and you notice when you see her, the long rainbow scarf that she once had is now a tattered remnant of what it used to be. But she's still wearing it regardless of its change in beauty or supposed worth.
Are you going as well?
Yeah, we have
yeah.
something to return to you. He's safe. Your friend. Please take him back.
Lonky. You guys found Lonky?
I have.
We have him at
He's
the
a
villa.
good donkey, but he is your donkey. Come.
He's a good donkey.
Come on.
Is that the wolf? Is that the wolf from the woods that day?
I have named him Greg.
Greg? I would have named him Wolf, but that's pretty good. I like Greg.
It is. and we all walk to meet Lonky.
Yeah, I believe that I gave them extra money to take extra good care of this donkey.
You
This
did.
was not our donkey. This was her donkey.
You did.
You are with a group.
I am. Yeah. I'm trying to gain passage for my family into the city. We don't know where else to go.
It is your family?
Yeah. I was able to find them after
Let me see your
what
scarf.
happens in El Terrell, and she turns her eyes down. She hears you say, "Let me see your scarf," and looks up and kind of like why, but pulls it off, and it's only about 1.5 feet long.
Yeah.
Singed on the ends, like it probably took 3-4 foot off of it when it was burned.
Yeah.
and she hands it over to you.
I take my 1,500 bag of gold and I pour as much into that scarf as I can.
Cool.
Oh,
And I will say, put that back on. And pretend you have very bad scoliosis.
How many? So wait.
How many gold do you want to give her?
Apparently a lot.
If 100 will
Whoa.
fit,
Okay. Yep.
I will give her 100.
How big is her group? How big is her group?
Her family is her mom and dad and a little brother.
I mean, we have this big villa just sitting. I say this off the top.
Exactly.
Like,
some
you know,
house
just
sitters.
like sitting there, you know,
Yeah.
and we're going on this journey. Maybe we could have somebody keep the place up, and you know.
Yeah.
She asks, does it have a library?
Yeah. This guy, knows all about it.
It is a nice one.
Sweet.
You know, there's stables for Lonky. He can graze in the grass.
You should probably hire some guards though, because there might be people looking at that place. While
We
we're
could do
gone.
that. The remaining members of Bloodfist, I think, could be the. Maybe they'll
remaining
in
members?
solidarity.
Yeah.
They leave the Flaming Fist too.
Yeah.
And we'll put them as guards at the villa. How about that, guys? We can put that money towards the Justice Fund.
They will also have 100 gold.
Or they could,
towards
we
the
can
Justice
let
Yeah.
them have it
Yeah.
for.
So, she seems very interested in the wolf. She like walks up to it and she like nervously reaches out to try and pet it, and Greg or Wolf looks at her a little like cautiously, but lets her hand meet his fur and just closes his eyes and appreciates it. And she says, I don't know if I got the chance to tell you, but the reason why I was up in that tree that day is because I came across those other wolves trying to attack Greg, or trying to attack this guy here, and when I tried to scare them off, they ended up scaring me up into a tree. I don't know why she has like a super like low gruff voice.
I am
testosterone.
I am so glad that we all found each other that day. And perhaps now he should get to know you.
She looks at you and she says, really? What? He would be. So you say it's a villa?
It is big. It is grand.
As long as he's got a lot of room to run around, I mean, yeah. She looks up at
I mean,
mom.
yeah, that's all right, I guess.
Looks up
We've
at
been poor
dad.
whole lives, but the villa's okay.
They both nod their heads and stoically don't say anything. And
I give her the treats that I had been feeding him, and I say he is a good boy.
Oh, good guy.
and looking at you, Greg kind of senses what's happening and looks at Grace and walks up to them and kind of like nudges the little brother who's just like a toddler. Just nudges him. He kind of falls right onto his butt, and then he like walks behind Grace and like stands right at her side, like head up to here. And yeah, I think Greg found a new home. Could help with some guarding.
Oh yeah, it'd be good for garden.
Hopefully you have all found a new home. And I will take my leave.
They thank you, and because Gorzak was there and the honorary Flaming Fist members, the guards let their their family in. And you guys kind of like show on a little map that you have Baldur's Gate where the villa is and like what the combinations of the doors are. And
I give them a few, like some plans for like a banner that says the Villa of Justice, like really big in front. So we have a nice.
Her dad is a big seamstress or seamster.
Yeah, so we have a nice banner out front.
Wasn't she supposed to make something for either us or for Ethrion next time we saw her? I mean, obviously a lot's happened since then, but wasn't she going to make something for us for all the gifts we gave her?
Not make something. She was
it the scarf?
Yeah, he has. Ethrion has a little piece of the like Technicolor scarf.
Yeah, and there was something about
that
it.
Was,
I don't remember what, but okay.
If you bring it back to her, once she's been able to go to the academy and become a true scholar, that piece of that scarf is redeemable for a free lesson on anything that person would want.
So, below the banner, it's also going to say "coming soon." Like we're not in business yet.
All right, and
so they're not bothering them. You know, you see a Villa of Justice, you might be like, "I need help."
Yeah.
But we're going to say "coming soon," not only interns. Please let them be. Wait, no, I don't write that in there because then we'll just say under heavy security.
There you go. There you go.
I love it. Yeah, and yeah, I think if you guys are able to you walk them, you get the agreement from the guards that their family will be let in, and then you walk her down a couple hundred yards down the road to where the stables are, and you retrieve Lonky. Probably give the guy an extra silver piece as a tip because he took really good care of him. And
maybe
then
too good of care. You really like that donkey.
Tonight on the topics we will not be covering in my D&D game, bestiality.
I had a whole COJ victims unit planned out. Special victims unit.
No, that can.
Damn it.
you can run that game. I might not. But yeah, you guys lead them down to the stables. Grab Lonky, who was not molested at all, taken really good care of.
That's what Out with the Night Watchman said.
And maybe it was the Night Watchman, not that guy. And you guys are able to take your leave. You know that the guards are going to let their family in, and they will have to find a way to live in the city, to make it a new home for now. And you trust that.
What's that girl's name?
Grace. You trust that Grace has enough smarts to do pretty well, even in a city as seedy as Baldur's Gate or Cheese's Gate. And yeah, you guys are able to take your leave. Alistair leads you down the road through Little Calimshan, which is the outskirts of Baldur's Gate. It's a bunch of like rickety houses made out of whatever materials they can find. Yeah. The extreme poor portion. You get to Fallister's place on the outskirts of Little Calimshan, and it's a really unassuming shack, just like all the other ones.
What is he kind of like a magic user, like a mage
No,
Wizard,
he's
like
more
the-
of a spy. He's like
He's
a
like a-
rogue spy.
It's like a little finger kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen any magic out of him, but
Okay.
um,
I think just his connection with Candlekeep is making because he's the one leading us there.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, he stops in at his shack. It's the perfect place for a spy to hole up. No one's really paying attention to those areas. There's not much of a guard presence. And yeah, he goes in and 10 minutes later comes back out with he's equipped to the nines. He looks like a regular rogue, and then puts his big fancy coat over everything, concealing it all. And he says that if you guys are ready, I grabbed a few extra flasks, and he hands out a flask of whatever.
I turned down.
Not just whiskey, not just imported.
I politely turned down.
All right. I bet Gorzak will take it.
Oh yes, I will take a.
Estrion trusts him as well.
But it's
Um,
alcohol.
Oh, it has nothing to do with trust.
Could I steal a beer from somebody? Chance?
Here.
What,
Thanks,
a
Chaz.
black cherry white flat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he
Flask.
equips himself to make sure that he's ready for whatever might happen on this journey. And
Flask of liquor.
yep,
Yeah.
whatever liquor you want it to be.
Yep.
I will take that.
Yeah, and he says, well, yep, we're running about 6 minutes late, so we should probably keep a steady pace for the next 12.
Hey, metagame, that's his fault because he gave us the time to meet it. We got all of our bullshit done
Yeah.
and then met him. He could have gotten this shit
Jack
before.
just says that all out loud. Right
The
in front
gates,
of him.
Yeah, right.
He's like
the
"Medic."
gate stuff
Metagame.
took about 6 minutes.
No, I'm metagame. But he still could have gotten this bullshit done. Come on.
I'm just imagining Jack
I see
saying
that
he's
our
like
party
metagame.
before this meeting than his party being himself. But I wouldn't say that. Jack's just thinking it.
Yeah, I gotcha. I like that peek inside Jack's head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he starts walking. He starts walking down the road. And takes you an hour before you start to see the Chianthar River, which Baldur's Gate is on the cusp of. That's why Baldur's Gate is such a big city. It's a big. I'm good, thank you. It's a big city of port trade. Lots of boats coming in and out.
The river is the source.
Yeah, and it takes you about an hour before you start to see a giant bridge across the Chianthar River. You can see that there's an island almost in the center of the river where two large expansion bridges meet to create one large bridge across this 3/4 mile wide river. And
It's beautiful.
yeah, and most of you have probably seen pictures of it, but you might not have seen it in person.
Yeah.
This it's called Worms Crossing. It's an old bridge. It's been here probably in some capacity. It's been here for the last 600 years, being rebuilt when needed and stuff like that.
A very old crossing.
Yeah. But yeah, after another 2 hours, it's getting to be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The road is pretty bustling. There are lots of people going back and forth from Baldur's Gate to other places south of Baldur's Gate. And as you come up to Worms Crossing, you set out onto the bridge, and there are just people everywhere, lining the sides. Both sides of the bridge are shops built onto the side, so you can't see the river at all while you're on the bridge, and you're just walking through a sea of people. And I'm going.
We're crossing the bridge.
Yes, yep. Fallister is leading you across the bridge toward Candlekeep. I am
Just like any other market street.
Just lined all on a bridge.
What is everyone's passive perception? Does everyone know by chance?
That's
10.
wisdom, right?
11.
14.
How do you calculate?
It is 10 plus your wisdom mod.
Okay.
12. 9.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I get the extra one.
So, who had 11 or higher?
I had 11.
Yo.
Okay, so Jack and Etrian. All right. What as you cross the bridge, you don't notice it, but what smaller items do you guys have on you?
Oh.
Like how small are we talking?
Potions.
A pound or less.
How big
Potions.
is the ugly inferno sphere?
Sphere. It's heavier than a pound.
Oh, my golden.
Well, I have this flask of
no,
liquor now,
no.
so there's that item.
You got 2 of them, right?
Potions.
Not really. I'm keeping heavier than a pound on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in your coin purse?
Things that are less than a pound. 1,400 gold.
I know I have quite a bit of gold too.
So you passed with an 11, you passed with a 14, and he passed with a 12.
Oh, so we don't have to.
You guys were each targeted by a pickpocket, but you saw it happen and were able to like thwart them.
Get off.
Ephrion and Jack were
Get
not.
off. Get off.
You lost 150 gold.
Oh no.
Jack, what small items do you have on you?
So I have two regular potions, 2 greater potions. I have that charcoal rubbing of the language that was on the side of that sarcophagus.
Okay.
And then I have money.
Okay.
And then I have money.
He looked at all of that stuff. Yeah, what was your
What
score?
about-
You said you had a 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
He's just like a
It's like
fucking party
Skyrim,
place,
where you,
like
in
Paul
Skyrim
or
you could
something
see your whole
around him.
inventory. Like he just was like, nah.
Yeah, he
Well,
looked
let
at-
me go to the bathroom and figure out which item I want to take. He's not noticing yet.
But yeah, he what's in your coin purse?
Coins.
33 plat, 44 gold, 6 the
Electrum?
Electrum.
the E1.
They're
Ethereum?
going to take 3 platinum and all of your gold.
Oof.
Bunch of scoundrels.
Although I'm glad I got to see passive wisdom or perception happen.
I know. I was
Sylvian
like,
had
yeah.
a stupid high one, so I never got to use. But
But yeah, other than the thefts, your crossing on Worms Crossing is pretty uneventful.
They must have needed it more than us.
Ever the after. The one that
Well,
didn't
is-
get
is-
their money
is-
stolen.
is-
it's uneventful until we find out.
Sometimes of you.
If there is a fresh seafood anywhere along the bridge,
I get a Cody dog.
I would like to buy some and eat it.
You can find some fresh fish.
Yeah.
It's not cooked.
I would not cut to no
River fish.
van cooks. That is all right. I will cook it later.
All right.
I will buy enough for the group. However,
Nice.
that would
guy.
cost.
Ooh.
Buying some fresh fish
Yeah,
in like in something that can hold up against the elements. It's pretty warm today.
Dried, salted.
Yeah, yep, some salted fish. That's a good idea. They'll charge, I don't know, a gold for enough fish to feed you guys a few times.
Yeah. I will buy a bunch of fish from the river.
Yeah.
Freshly salted.
And you can see at the back of the fish shop, they have busted out the back wall. It's like one of the only places you can see through to the river, and there are two guys just back there fishing off of the bridge.
Yeah.
Tirelessly.
Mix it with the rice
all
and
day-
some
all
like
day we've been
freshly
fishing.
grown mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. We got
And
some
yeah.
good dinners coming.
After that, you guys are on the road to Candlekeep.
On the road to Candlekeep.
And, Yeah, it's gonna take you another 2.5 days. The rest of this day, it's about 3 o'clock. It takes you, what was it, 0.75 of a mile. So with the crowd, it takes you about a half hour to get across the bridge, and with stopping. So it's about 2:30 now. And the day on the road is pretty uneventful.
On the way to Candlekeep.
So I'm gonna while we're on this trip, I'm gonna regale them with out of game, obviously, probably not true. A nice story about how I helped a Dragonborn preteen go through his rite of passage by helping him just kind of coming of age story stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
After he goes out a little too long, and I start playing the On the way to
How great it was.
Candlekeep.
So roll. Were you trying to tell them a false story?
Yeah, basically.
Roll
I
a
just tell them how
deception
great I
check.
am.
Deception check.
I'm trying to persuade them to believe it. But
Nope.
I can do
Nope.
it. Deception.
Nope.
You're trying to
lie.
yeah, you're
Nope.
trying to lie to
Lying.
us. Trust me, I thought a lot about the difference between deception and persuasion.
Yep.
That's a
There's a
14.
huge difference.
There is.
14. All right. What is everyone's wisdom score?
Like a wisdom save.
No, just the score
Just
on
wisdom.
your
My
On
straight
your
score
paper.
is 18.
18.
11.
You don't believe it. You
Like,
believe
like
it.
Dragonborn would not
I'm
let you in.
0.
They
No,
would not
no,
let you
the
in their
number
canon.
instead of the
It's
plus.
alright. I
Oh,
don't.
11.
I
11.
humor him. I'm
You
like, yeah.
also believe it.
There's no real harm in him doing this, but I'll make sure that he knows. Like, I'll give you like a look of you shouldn't be lying. But I also
15.
would not take that away from you. Right
15. You don't believe it. You see through it too.
What was his story?
That he. Yeah.
That I helped a
Now. It's like
young
a
Dragonborn go through
discrepancy
his
of
rite
like
of
that's not
passage.
true. I
Basically,
like.
a coming of age movie
Yep.
where I'm like the guy who helps the kid go through whatever.
On the
Well,
way
you're not doing
to
any harm, so yeah.
Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like believe it,
Go
but I don't.
for it.
I believe it, but I don't really care. I'm just like,
Just kinda
Then I go
let
back
him
into
go
my-
on, like,
you guys should help me
Be
with
lying.
a new verse on this song. I can't think of anything else.
As far as I'm concerned,
Jack,
that is one of
talking
the
about
reasons
his-
you are awesome.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to let you know is how great I am, and I'm willing to help anything.
We know you are willing to help. Jack.
Remember that name, Jack Jack.
We'll never forget it.
Jack.
I do believe you.
Are you related to Thormston?
I wish.
Anyway.
Like I said last time, I had a kind of man crush going.
He's got a
Hurt my
strong
hand with a
handshake, that's for
Is
sure.
that why you wanted me to
Hell
bang
yeah, he
his
does.
wife?
That's what it was.
On the way to Candlekeep.
Yes,
Oh, we're
thank
seeing-
you. I like it.
Hope
All right.
we don't run into creeps. Ah,
Ooh.
What was
What
that?
was that? Yeah.
hope we don't run into creeps.
Yes. Thank you,
Like it.
T-Dog.
Reya says, you guys are really good singers. You guys should start like a side project. And the rest of the day goes pretty uneventfully. You see a lot of travelers. Worms Crossing is a big thoroughfare. It's probably the only bridge within 50 miles across the Chiantar.
Along the major highway.
Yep. And so you guys keep heading southwest down the coast. And it gets to be, 11 o'clock at night, and it's starting to get really dark. And Fallister is going to suggest that you guys we take our rest now.
Yeah, Estrian agrees.
Who's on first watch? We need 4 watches covered. So Jack and Ethrion are on first watch. Who's on second watch?
Hold on a second. With Gorzak, I'm good with that.
Well,
You've
you
got
said we
Dark
need
Vision,
4
We have
right?
4 watches.
Because if you could do it by yourself, I'm okay to do it by myself.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
You can create light if need be,
Merly.
but like I am worried. Yes.
Tyrone and Merly on
Tyrone.
watch number 4.
Tyrone and Merly.
Yeah.
I have
Alrighty.
the shield out on my watch.
All right. Reya will join Gorzak on hers. All right. So nothing happens on first watch.
I rolled a 24, by the way, on first watch.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to throw it out there. I'm proud of it.
What role did you do?
19.
Or like for what?
My intelligence. My investigation.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nothing happens on second watch. Nothing happens on third watch. Nothing happens on fourth watch.
Good watch,
Look at you guys.
Good watch.
Yeah.
Very.
I regale Ethereum with a story.
Ah.
On a night much like
He's
this
like-
is how I began my journey as a hero.
He's like, my name's Ethrion, man.
I was about to sit. I was about to sit down next to Ethrion, and then I turn around and go back to my.
On a night much like this is how I began my journey as the hero you see today. I slayed Lotham the Butcher.
Watch. I
And
better go to bed.
here we are. That was my first great deed to this world. I give more details, I'm sure, somewhere.
2
there,
hours
but
later.
I'm gonna drop that a little bit low, Lord.
How